Hi, coming to the party? Hi, going to the party?
Better come along.
It's gonna be fun. Hurry, hurry, to the party at the Murray. We got an hour for you. Your invitation, your reservation is at a table for two. It's all the Murray's dance party.
It's difficult to believe, but until 1900, very few Americans danced in public. When they did, it was mainly at weddings and other social events, tripping the light not so fantastic while waltz and polka music played.
Everybody's doing it, everybody's doing it, See that...
That all began to change around 1910, when ragtime music took the country by storm. On New York City's Lower East Side, by all accounts a very poor immigrant neighborhood, an awkward, shy teenage boy caught the dancing bug. The problem was, he had no idea what to do when music was playing, and he held a pretty young lady in his arms. Murray Teichman thought he might be an architect, but initially he supported himself as an errand boy. Inspired by an embarrassing evening at a local dance party, Murray made the life-changing decision to take dance lessons. The lanky teenager caught on quickly, and by 1912, he was teaching at a huge New York exhibition hall called the Grand Central Palace. One thing led to another. The young Teichman Americanized his name to Arthur Murray, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And 1 and 2 and 2 and 1. Oh, shucks, I can't dance. Arthur Murray taught me dancing in a hurry. I had a week to spare. He showed me the groundwork, the walking around work, and told me to take it from there.
Well, Arthur was an unusual man. He was willing to expose his inner self, which famous or hardworking people or proud people find hard to do. He worked on, like, I was an ugly duckling, and look what happened to me. Or how I became popular overnight. This kind of appeal that he started with his company with drew thousands and thousands of responses right from opening day. Circumstances and Arthur's willingness to say, look what I've gained, had a lot to do with bringing people to him.
He was successful. The proof is in the pudding. Look at all the studios under the name of Arthur Murray. He started it with the shoe print, little footprints that he sent by mail. He went to Georgia. He went to architectural school, and he made it into, he was at the time where the horse and carriage type clientele came to the studio. Do you know, I'm going to tell you this, how many floors did they have? They had 3 ballrooms, huge, 2 floors. How many teachers do you think we had? 90 teachers in one school that I worked in. And they had 9 or 10 supervisors, about 9 or 10 people in each group. So that was huge. That doesn't exist anymore, but that's what it was like in his day.
Arthur Murray taught me dancing in a hurry.
You're invited to the Arthur Murray party. Yes, your local Arthur Murray studio, which holds those wonderful studio parties in your community, joins now with the 230 other Arthur Murray studios from coast to coast to invite you to the Arthur Murray television party for its students.
More than half a century before Dancing with the Stars, television viewers were captivated by the Arthur Murray party. The party's first broadcast, which Arthur Murray paid for himself, was more infomercial than entertainment.
Right now, you can save a full 50% on the cost of your lessons by taking advantage of Arthur Murray's special 2-for-1 rates. Any two people can now learn to dance for the price of one. And you'll find that you can actually go dancing the famous Arthur Murray way after your very first lesson. Yes, even if you've never danced before. You can actually go dancing after only one lesson with Arthur Murray's famous magic method. Learning is so very easy and the cost so little. Yes, it takes less time at Arthur Murray's, and two can learn for the price of one, so don't put it off any longer. Decide now to take your first step to popularity the Arthur Murray way. Music for the Arthur Murray Show was under the direction of Emil Coleman. And don't forget, folks, to mail that postcard naming the mystery dance before midnight tomorrow night. And if you have the right answer, you'll win 2 free dance lessons at any Arthur Murray studio. Previous winners are not eligible to compete again.
Along with promoting his studios and the benefits of dance, the Arthur Murray Party introduced television viewers to his lovely and talented wife, Catherine.
And here to greet you right now is your hostess, Arthur Murray's favorite dancing partner, Catherine Murray.
Everybody, and welcome to the Arthur Murray Party. We're so glad you could come, and we hope you'll have a good time with us. You know, this is television to you, but to us, it's a party just like the parties that the Arthur Murray Studios have for their pupils and their teachers.
Married in the spring of 1925, the Murrays became partners in every sense of the word. In 1926, the couple welcomed twin girls, Jane and Phyllis. Like their parents, the twins have lived long and very productive lives. In 2010, Jane Murray Heimlich's memories of growing up in the shadow of celebrity were published in a memoir entitled Out of Step.
They were such amazing people. I think I'd like people just to know their story. Their life sounded glamorous. They were very hard-working people. I think we need to know that things don't just come easily, that you have to work, and they really personified what goes into the person who makes a mark. It's hard work, perseverance, and often sacrificing part of your life. Mother was a natural performer.
Hello? Hello? Emma
But
Lou?
like I think so many actresses, and I've interviewed a great many, I think she was awfully critical of herself. Always felt she had, I believe, to really try a little harder.
When Francis dances with me, I'll eat she.
She was really the opposite as far as my father would go. If Daddy bruised egos, Mother was always making people feel good. If I had sat down with him, as I would interview as you're talking to me, and asked, Daddy, what was it like growing up in the slums? You know what he would have said? He would have said, why are you asking this? Don't bother me unless you've got a publisher. Or he might have said, who's going to be interested? That was long ago. He was a pragmatist. I don't think he would have wanted to spend a great deal of time talking about his childhood.
To me, they seemed the opposite. He was serious, dedicated, and when he got in public, he played a very precise, proper role. She, when she got in public, went totally charismatic. She responded to the other people. She would be the life of the party. She would be up, happy, encouraging people to do things, starting stuff. Total opposite.
She was Miss Personality, absolutely bubbly and everything, and dancing and loved it. And he was a businessman. He had a brilliant brain. And he was a very good businessman. And he one day jokingly said to me, if you had a Yiddish Kopf, means a Jewish head instead of a Gentile head, you'd be much better off. Because I never saved money and he knew it. And so he would say to me, that's what's wrong with you. You don't have a Jewish head.
So many people believe that there isn't an Arthur Murray. One of our teenage pupils said to his teacher, is Arthur Murray still alive? He taught my grandmother. But tonight you're going to see for yourself on his first television appearance that there really is an Arthur Murray. And the other question that people want to know will also be answered for you. And that is, can Arthur Murray dance? Because he's going to do a new and advanced form of rumba that's called mambo. Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Murray. Me a bill.
Well, why do you object to paying bills now? You've always done it in the past.
Oh, well, maybe you used to be better. But
nice.
You really think that husbands and wives should dance together?
Well, if the wife is like you, dear.
Oh, gee, now I'm getting my chin chucked. This is wonderful. How would you like to waltz with me?
Huh?
Well, don't you want to? I mean, it'd be much cheaper than buying me a mink coat.
Well, I'd like to,
I finally caught you without an answer.
No, I'd like to waltz with you, but I'd much rather do the samba or the jitterbug.
Why, just to show we can do it? I like the waltz. It's more romantic. How about
it? During its 10-year run, the Arthur Murray Party aired on all 4 networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Dumont, and introduced hundreds of budding celebrities to television audiences across the country.
Oh, it was extremely popular, and it started so many famous people. A terrific amount of people who became famous later started on his program. I think Johnny Carson was, Merv Griffin, and Merv Griffin stayed friends with him for life. I can't name them all, but there are a bunch of them started on his program.
In Arthur Murray Dance Party, there were a lot of celebrities. Sometimes they were up-and-comers at the time, but they were involved in dancing and doing exhibitions with Arthur Murray teachers and others on the show.
In the early days, most of these personalities appeared on the show not for the paycheck, but because they were personal friends with Arthur and Catherine.
A bonny wee lassie whose name it was Nell lived in a house where her grandmother dwelled. The house it was small and the windows no less. Having 4 panes, one needed a glass. That nice little window, cute little window, sweet little window where grandmother dwelled.
Get used to getting my hand kissed. It's so nice, I wish you'd nibble up my arm.
Oh, this is awful.
Hi, Bert.
Hiya, Matt.
Well, that's a fine greeting. What are you doing, making out your will?
No, I'm making my income tax out early. Did you ever try to make one of these things out? This is tougher to do than the Einstein theory.
Well, I'm glad I dropped by. Income tax is right down my alley. You understand?
Oh, it's very clear, very clear. What does it mean?
You can also claim an allowance for any sum which you are liable to pay under an act of Congress or under the terms of your employment. In order to secure a deferred annuity for your widow and to provide for your children after your death, total income not exceeding $5 shall receive the rate of $1.35. Total income not exceeding $5, that is, and total income for the year 1948-49. And that is the taxable income, the amount to exceed the amount of your taxable income. And furthermore, receipts for the premiums to support this claim. That is definitely the receipts for the premium. You see, to support this claim should be produced for the Internal Revenue Department or tax collector if required.
Would you mind reading that over again? I didn't get the first part.
Well, no, certainly not, Fred.
No, I was only kidding. I was only... No! Taxes!
You look very pretty.
Well, thank you. May I say the same for you?
Why, that's very nice of you. You know, last week we had someone from Jack Barr's show, too. We had Charlie Weaver.
I know you did, Catherine. I saw that show, and it was hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
I know what you were up against, too, because I have danced with Charlie.
Really?
Oh, yes. Charlie and I have tripped the light fantastic.
Well, how did it turn out?
Well, it wasn't very light, but it was pretty fantastic.
Charlie, very cute. Would you tell the viewers which dance you're going to do tonight?
Oh, I'm not much of a dancer, Catherine, but Arthur talked me into it. And it's something I've never tried before. It's kind of an instant cha-cha-cha.
Fine. There is your partner, and good luck.
Thank you.
Betty White and Arthur Murray teacher George Sardi in an instant cha-cha.
I liked Ricardo Montalban. He was one of the most talented people, and David Niven, because he was so human and down to earth. I loved him. Cesar Romero and Ann Miller were talented, and I taught them a tango, but they didn't make that impression. But David Niven was a humane human being, and Ricardo Montalban was without a doubt the best dancer ever on that show.
It took it into the homes of every American person who had television at the time. And at that time, dancing was still a really big recreational avocation for people because, you know, TV was still in its infancy, dancing together was very popular, and so he even further popularized it with that particular show.
Oh, how we danced on the night we were wed. We vowed our true love, though a word wasn't said. Dear darling, I love you so.
She was a personality and he was a brain. If you put the two of them in a pot, that would be one heck of a show person.
There once was a poor young girl who left her country home. She was going to the city to seek employment.
During this series, we're going to feature more dancing, singing, and comedy from the extensive archives of the Arthur Murray Party.
I watched the Arthur Murray show last night, and I guess the name of the mystery dance is the Walla Walla Wiggle.
It's worth noting that most of these performances have not been seen on television since they were originally broadcast. We'll also tell you more about the lives of Arthur, Catherine, and their twin daughters, Jane and Phyllis. And finally, we'll be connecting the steps, showing you how social and competitive dancing have evolved during the past 100 years, and how millions of people have reaped the benefits. I'm Elaine Green. Thanks for tuning in.
Forward, forward, side together. Back, back, side together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now regular pivots. Back, forward, forward. Rhythm pivots. Slow, quick, quick. Slow, quick, quick. Slow, quick, quick. Magic turn pivots. Slow, slow. Quick, quick. Slow, slow. Quick, quick. Slow, slow. Quick, quick.
Put a little fun in your life. You were terrific in that whole one.
If you'd like to learn more about the lives and legacy of Arthur and Catherine Murray, their daughter, Jane Murray Heimlich, has written a compelling memoir entitled Out of Step. Out of Step is available at selected retail booksellers or can be ordered through Jane's website, www.janeheimlich.com.